interdependencies, and they're outside of our control.
Listen, and just on that topic of freight flights in summer 26, because this is something that I think is going to confuse voters as well, because it confuses me too. That's different to what Oliver Coppard says. Oliver Coppard says that freight flights will be in spring 2027. He just says in 2027, sorry. You've suggested summer 2026, same as passenger flights. You've suggested end of 2027 / now the winter of 27-28. He says 2028 exactly.
This is the advice as our officers are continuing to talk to airlines, continuing to talk to freight. But again, there are interdependencies, and that is getting the air corridors and also getting the certification of the aerodrome. And they're outside. But we are already recruiting people now to actually pick up the work, to get our runways certified, get the airport certified. So I believe, subject to those interdependencies, we can do it then. I think Mayor Coppard is being rather cautious, but I will keep pushing our officers as quickly as possible, because these are the jobs and growth that Doncaster and South Yorkshire and wider afield need.
But why can the people of Doncaster and South Yorkshire now, because Simca are involved, how can they trust yourself and Mayor Coppard to get this over the line when you can't agree on when it's going to happen?
We can't agree on when it's going to happen on the basis that I'm being optimistic of us getting through the CAA more quickly than that, and also getting this certification of the aerodrome. Mayor Coppard is being a little bit more careful, and therefore, if you listen to what he said, is he thinks it will be 28, but hopefully it may be earlier. And I believe hopefully it will be earlier.
But he also said it was unlikely to be before 2028. So the signs, he says, his officers are telling him 2028 is the most likely option. But you just said your officers are telling you
Doncaster is now leading on this, isn't it? Doncaster is the one that's doing the negotiation with the CAA. Of course, we're passing the information on. Doncaster assisted in the assurance work, and it's actually come out just the same. And therefore, overall, the extra assurance work, I understand, for good governance. However, if it had taken the work that was there and done at that time, and the information changes over time, as you can appreciate, and information will keep changing, but we will keep coming back and letting people know, because as soon as we get the air corridor certification, we'll let people know. As soon as we get the airport certified, we'll let people know. Life moves on, and these interdependencies will affect, and of course, our discussions with the airlines. And they will depend. And as I said earlier, if we'd have underwritten, they could have been flying from there in 26, again, subject to the CAA giving us the air corridors and that. But we couldn't risk that amount of monies to underwrite, because it's outside of our control.
And my last kind of prepared question for you, Ros, before I ask you the classic, do you have anything else to say, thing to finish? With the benefit of hindsight, going back to this spring 2026 for passenger flights projection, with the benefit of hindsight, do you think it would have been better to tell people explicitly earlier on that it would not have happened in spring 2026?
I think we can always benefit with hindsight. I haven't got a crystal ball, and I'm not in charge of two interdependencies and airlines. We are negotiating. So we told them when we knew, which was coming summer.
And sorry.
As was assisting the MCA with doing their assurance works. That's when we actually said it.
And anything else, Mayor?
I think people want to see that airport open. So do I, as soon as possible. We will work like Trojans in order to get it open. And I'll be delighted to be on the first flight, if I can afford to go on it, when it actually leaves our runways.
Awesome. Thank you, Mayor Jones.
You are welcome.